Hey, you can't eat my arm, okay? You can't. That's my arm, and I need it. So you can't eat it, okay? Nope. Bruno, come on, this way. Good boy. Go get him. Go get him, Bruno. Go get Daddy. Go get him.
You made a mess over here.
You made a mess over here.
Well, can't we blame the storm for making the mess?
We can blame the storm, but I will help you clean it up.
Hey, thanks. I made quite a bit of progress on it, I'm not gonna lie.
You really did. It looks really good.
We've worked so stinking hard on this area, and that tree came down right in it, and it's like, I need it gone.
I was looking this morning, and that tree took out 6 trees.
6? Mm-hmm. Did you count any of them that I've already cut down?
Well, yeah. The stumps are still there.
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome back to K&S Get Out. It is a beautiful day. Yesterday was a beautiful day. The storms that come through here, it's just this time of year. It's this part of the country. They do throw us off a little bit. And so we have lost a little bit of progress on the garden, on the chicken coop, trying to make, you know, a little bit of progress here and there.
I mean, you just take it one day at a time.
Yeah, that's true. But the reality is there's a lot to do whenever this happens. And the goats have been helping me. I don't know if you guys remember from the last video, but I think there were a few thousand more leaves in all of this stuff. And the goats have been spending probably the last, I want to say like 3 grazings, basically over here eating all of this stuff, or over there where I had that other tree come down on that wood fire stove. So they've been a big help. I've been hoping that they would get rid of some of the tick potential and whatnot, and they've done just that. So today we're gonna get them out again. I don't know if they're gonna spend any time in this.
They've devoured a lot over here.
But we have had a super soppy goat pen, and I feel very bad for the animals. I don't honestly know, you know, aside from like getting a trencher and putting in some kind of French drain or something to divert the water around their pen, I don't know what to do about it. In fact, if you look, especially Mr. Sprucer, they've been spending a lot of time in this nursery over here because that one is dry. What are you looking at over there, huh? You gonna come down here and see us, Mom?
Yep.
Come on. Oh, Mr. Hercules was napping over there too.
He was napping in that shelter.
Hi, buddy. Speaking of Mr. Hercules, we had Bruno out last night and thought, you know what? Probably ought to get Herc and Bruno together one more time. And I know, guys, we don't have film of it, but it's one of those things that like Shannon and I have to be on full attention, in it to win it, and there's no camera time with that, at least at this stage between them meeting. So we'll tell you guys about that and how that went. But Herc and Bruno had another little meetup.
That's a pretty little stick you got there, buddy.
Yeah, hey, great, super cute, huh?
It is super cute, like
Oh,
you.
you probably got kind of teeny. Hi, kiddos. I know, Mama, we're gonna go. We gotta get Big Brother all collared up, okay? That's a good boy.
Good job.
His little snorts. Hi, bud. You were howling at Mr. Bruno this morning, weren't you?
I know.
We've learned that Mr. Hercules, don't
He's
get up,
talking.
Spruce. Don't get up, buddy. You just stay there. Okay, that's fine. We've learned that Mr. Herc has a couple of different howls now. And honestly, we didn't even know there was a secondary one, but of course the one that we show on here is when there's, you know, sirens or something around, or if a plane goes over or geese fly over. He's got a really long, drawn out, beautiful howl. But we've been working through some jealousy, which is kind of what instigated getting him out with Mr. Bruno yesterday. So we do have a little bit of jealousy, and Mr. Herc doesn't love when we have Mr. Bruno out and Mr. Herc can't come out. And so he has this really cute little short howl, and it's sad. This is the soppy I'm talking about. It's almost embarrassing to show, and I just don't know. We had water moving yesterday. I mean, it was sunny and warm, and there was a little bit of water still running on the land. Just that much came in that last rainstorm, which was not the one that pushed the tree over.
Wednesday afternoon, we had a storm come through, and in a matter of a few hours, we got 1.2 inches of rain.
Yeah.
So we've been rocked in the rain.
Yeah. Yeah, fortunately, none of that was tornadic here. I think it became a little more tornadic as it moved further east, but we didn't get any wind. We didn't get hardly any lightning, a little bit of thunder, but just a downpour, a lot of rain. Needless to say, we're pretty saturated out here. What you think, Big Larry? Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. How are you three? Huh? Are we whiny today?
They're doing pretty good.
So yesterday we had a follow-up vet visit for the 3 goatlets. And just to be open, Mr. Earl lost his package 3 days ago, I think 4 days ago. And then Mr. Duke was just about a day or 2 later. So the banding was effective, and I did get a chance. The vet had asked and said, hey, you know, how's that coming along? So the vet took a look at it, said everything came off cleanly, everything's looking good. So they get to stay with the family. But these guys are troopers, man. We get Bruno's crate, and we got to ride in the bed of the truck yesterday. Guys, we're gonna get out and graze. You don't have to go in there yet. They're super trained. But long story short, they got their follow-up booster shots, so they are fully CDT'd, vaccinated, whatever all the stuff is you can give goats. I don't know. It's pretty inexpensive, and it's good for them. So we took them, and they got it taken care of. But they were really good. I actually have a camera in the back of my truck that looks into my bed. And so Duke and Daisy were laying down hi buddy, in the crate. But the whole time Mr. Earl stood up, and I could just see his head bopping up and down. But they did a really good job. They were great for the vet. Everybody got their shots. We screamed a little bit and then came back and they got to be with their mama. The tan crew.
Whoa.
We're all working on our tans today.
Well, hey, Weege, I didn't know you were hanging out in there. Hi, big guy.
I wondered where he was.
He was totally napping in this nursery over here.
That's a good boy. That's a good boy. All right, it's graze time. Yeah, I know, Koopa. Goodness, I know it. So
Spruce
vocal
pushing
about
his
it.
way out.
Get out of my way. Go on, weeds. Why do you block the door, you big oof? Go, go, go. Come on, kiddos. Come on, Bluesy. Ta-da. Do you want to go graze?
I know you want to come out here.
Sometimes I wonder if they're lazy and they're like, yeah, we don't want to walk around and work for our food. Just put it in our bowl. You're a stinker. You're a stinker. You better go eat. You just want some scratches before you get going?
Always wanting all the attention.
Yeah, he does. He's a good boy. I think he thinks he's a dog.
So one thing that we're going to try to do today while the goats are out grazing and just kind of doing their thing is to do a little bit of cleanup work up here where the tree fell. So we're just going to kind of try to multi-purpose our time.
Yeah, we've been doing that a lot more with them while they're grazing, like running the mower and weed eater and chainsaw and stuff. And they're doing a really good job at sticking around. Hercules, honestly, is probably the one I was most concerned with because, you know, the goats find food, plenty of food.
Yeah, they don't want to go anywhere.
They ain't going anywhere. But Herc, he has that pet rabbit that lives under my shed. And the other day he did get to full on chase it. It moved its way up the hill to the bird run for whatever reason. He spotted it and I see him bolting down the hill and I see the bunny in front of him just hopping along. So he likes to spend a lot of time over there seeing if his bunny will come out and play.
Did you see Mama? She just picked Earl up and pushed him. Oh, you know where they're going. The two mamas. Always going for the bird food.
Well, I don't think we have a shortage of firewood.
Not at all. Oh, hey, I forgot to tell you. This morning when I was out here with Bruno, let me show you real quick.
Okay.
This section right here that you cut, I counted rings on it, and this was at least, I know more than, but at least 60 years old.
Yeah. Well, I was kind of looking at these too. These are from the branch that came off. My assumption is that the rings inside the trunk are going to be, there's going to be a few more.
Yeah, for sure.
These are just the branches, guys. These things are huge. My hand's probably not the best reference for it, but
here.
There's normal sized hands.
Normal size hand.
Yeah. But if you guys remember from the last video, I had it so that this was all still intact and it was leaning on that tree, and I had one limb that was stuck up in that guy and the tree was leaning over on it. I figured you saw enough chainsaw work, so I just got to work on it, I don't know, yesterday or the day before. And I was able to get all of it released safely. And there was a lot of pressure over there. There was a branch that was in the ground over here that was keeping it from coming this way. But I was just able to take my time, and I knew if it was gonna go that I needed to be on the side, obviously, that it wasn't gonna roll toward. So we've got it back to just that right there. My problem is that is still way too big for my tractor. I may be able to kind of push it and roll. Excuse me, young lady. But there's no picking it up. So, you know, there is a gap underneath it. If I wanted to try to cut it, I could definitely make it happen. But I don't know. I really think, you know, it's a pretty straight tree. And it didn't have too many branches coming off. You can see where I cut just a few of the nubs, if you will. But that thing right there, man, if we could get a hold of a sawmill or take it to a sawmill. I do want to cut in a little bit right above where it broke, because I know that's rotted out down there. I just don't know how far up the tree it came. But I think we have every bit of, I'm gonna say 16 feet. I bet you could do 16-foot boards out of that easily.
Wow.
don't you think?
That'd be cool.
That'd be really cool.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, we have some friends, they bought 38 acres, I believe, and they had a lot of trees. It was just like ours, very, very wooded. Nobody had done anything to it, like since the dawn of time. And so they cut down a bunch of their larger trees in the area where they're clearing to build, and they had all of it sawmilled. And so they've used a ton of their own lumber. They had a lot of white oak, so they actually have a whole bunch of white oak that they're gonna use for like flooring and cabinets and things like that. And so it's very inspiring. I never really thought about doing that out here, but now I'm thinking about it.
Me too.
Yeah, so we're probably gonna mimic them, give them a shout, get all the details, and maybe figure out how to do that same thing. All right, well, I'm gonna fire up the tractor. I say we try to get kind of all this stuff, the rounds and everything, I wanna cut it up and get it over in my other pile.
Okay.
And then that stuff, honestly, we could burn it over here. I don't know, we'll figure that part out.
Okay.
Dealio?
Dealio, yo. Do you see who's in the middle of all of it?
Is that Miss Mama?
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's like, I'm camouflage.
You're helping us clean up, aren't you, kiddo? Thank you. I believe it was a pin oak.
That fell?
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
Just FYI. I just thought it was interesting because it's got the redder inner circle here all throughout the tree. I think that's all the rounds I cut. I've got plenty more to cut down the rounds. This will give us a good starting point.
Okay.
Watch out, Betty.
It hurt.
Are you looking for a cool spot, Betty? It's not that hot out yet today. I was doing a little herc search while we were out there. Wasn't 100% sure where he went. He apparently doesn't care to graze. You got your cool spot, Betty? Yeah, I know it. That's that good dirt for taking a nap, isn't it? I know, big guy. That's a good boy. He's gonna hang out in here. Yeah. Look at that nose. You always keep a little dirt on top, don't you? Makes it better for burying your stuff. That's my good boy. I tell you what, I'll leave the gate open for you, okay? If you decide to come back and play with us, you can come on out. Good job, buddy.
Hercules, do you want to share your story about Mr. Bruno yesterday?
Oh my goodness. Guys, I should have just eaten him. I thought about it. I told him I was going to and I didn't do it.
No, you were really good. I was really, really proud of you. And I was really, really proud of Bruno too.
Yeah, unlike the first time, we actually let Herc access Bruno, if you will. So again, Shannon had Bruno, I had Herc, both on leashes, and Herc was very vocal. Now we had Nala out at first, and that boy is very protective of Princess Nala. He loves Nala. And so there was a little bit of, like, Nala would go over and see Bruno, and Bruno kind of jump up on her, and you could see it in Herc's face. He was like, not having that. So eventually we got Nala put up, brought Herc back up to Bruno, and Shannon was at the top of the hill. We approached him, and Herc totally lunged at him, like to scare him, bark and everything. Shannon did a great job at keeping Bruno back.
Well, after the first time.
After the first time. But Bruno respected it. He heard it. He lays down, he cowered down, he's like, that's a big dog, and just would not move, which was awesome. And so I let Herc get a little bit closer, and it's terrifying, I'm not gonna lie, because you just, all it would take is one like commitment from Hercules and Bruno would be hurt. But he didn't do it. In fact, Bruno laid so still that Herc came over, sniffed his head,
showed his teeth.
Yeah, I mean, you're just like, you're on pins and needles. It's hard to do, it's hard to watch, but they have to do it because right now we do not have Bruno out while we have these guys out. So you can imagine how much time we can't overlay taking care of the animals. In other words, we got to get Bruno out, and now he's out for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then we get these guys out for about an hour plus. And it's just a lot of time, so we're gonna continue working at it. But Hercules did a really good job at scaring the pee out of Bruno. I mean, scared him. I don't think I've seen a face like that on Bruno yet, but I was very proud. That's what we want. We want Hercules to be the alpha protector out here because he comes by that naturally. And of course, I want Bruno to be the protector of Shannon and myself if he wants to do it. But Herc deserves that position, if you will. And so that's kind of what we're trying to establish. Now, obviously, little man is intact. And I think sometimes some of the jealousy that we're seeing may come from some of the smells that Herc's getting from the fact that he is intact and he's going through, doggy puberty. Is that a thing? That's a thing.
I'm sure it's a thing.
And so you actually kind of see it in cycles when Hercules, he's even kind of standoffish with Shannon and I just a little bit. Nothing bad. I mean, he's just kind of like, yeah, you go hang out with that little guy. You reek of him anyway. But, today he's 100% back to normal. We'll probably try it again later. And we're just going to continue that process until hopefully we can have them both out off leash and Bruno does not go up and try to jump on Hercules or hug him like he does Nala, because Herc won't have that. Absolutely not.
No. And we don't want Bruno jumping up on the goats or attempting to jump on them or anything like that. And so far, he's done a really good job. I feel like he just pretty much sits down and watches them, or he'll lay down and watch them and just observe everything. But we just don't want to take that chance of him going after them, especially with the littles.
Well, and the goats, Spruce and Luigi specifically, both checked him out yesterday.
Yeah.
Checked out Bruno. And especially when Shannon's holding him, they know, hey, that's who's this? What's going on? And both Spruce and Luigi, when they approach him, the mohawk goes up. Mm-hmm. And it's super cute, like they're gonna do something, but all they do is just
stare.
That's a little dog there. Mm-hmm. And then they're done. So that, I think right now they're just getting used to having another dog. Of course, Blue and her children, she hates dogs, so she's like, nope, just leave that stinky little thing alone, and moves on. But they're coming around. I think it's time for acclimation, and we want to do it while he's still small, because he advances his skills and agility every single day.
He's so smart.
Yeah.
He's so stinking smart.
Yeah. But we just need that, what is it, homeostasis.
Yes.
Need the homeostasis out here.
Mm-hmm.
Homestead homeostasis, that's a thing. Spruce is using Blue's back. Hey, Blue, come back here. I can't. Oh.
Hey, I started pulling out some boards for you for your base of your chicken coop.
I know, I thought we were on cleanup duty, and I look over and there's lumber for my chicken coop project to start.
Well, I just wanted to see how many we had, and unfortunately you are gonna have to buy some.
Oh, and 2x6s at that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's all right.
Sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, we're gonna get back to the projects. You know, the storms roll in, got a little bit of cleanup. I'm not gonna put you through all that today. You guys saw plenty of that in the last video, and if you didn't, and you like chainsaw work, go watch that last video. There's plenty of it in there.
We'll probably be jumping from project to project over the next several weeks just to keep our sanity a little bit.
Yeah, I need a garden. I wish somebody would just plant some stuff for me so I could eat.
Wish somebody would put some T-posts in the ground for me so I can put some plants in the ground.
Oh, it's back to me. Oh, man.
They're just putting themselves up.
Good boy, Herc. Hey, there's case in point, guys. I had the e-collar turned down. He did not react. I honestly wasn't even 100% sure if he was getting hit, but he was heading over there right where we don't want him to, and the e-collar won.
Good job.
He's back.
And then all of our goats started putting themselves up.
Yep, come on, guys.
And guess what they found?
Oh yeah, where you knocked down that grain there, Mr. Ouija. Hey, come on.
Hey.
Everybody in, little Mario. Everybody in.
Go on.
Everybody in. Guys, you're all gonna get your own, you know. Oh, they're ridiculous. Hey, you want to find out who your dominant goat is? Throw some grain on the ground and see who's left standing by himself. Oh,
Mr. Weege.
That's me, uh-huh. Look,
Mama's sneaking behind you.
Blue and Mama gonna sneak in there, aren't they? You're all about to get your own, guys. Come on. Honey. She's letting the babies in there. She won't let Larry in there. Hi, Weege.
Her mohawk is all the way up.
What's up, buddy?
Oh, Daisy's in the middle.
Well, guys, I promise this week, this coming week, I'm going to make progress on the chicken coop. Rain or shine, storm or trees down, there will be progress made.
Stop that.
Hopefully. That's my goal. I have a little plan for the brooder too, something I want to do to the brooder to make it a little bit easier on me compared to what we did with the turks and the guineas.
Okay.
This week, it's going to happen.
You have full rain.
You heard it here, I have
Free
permission.
rain, full rain, whatever you want to call it. Look, he's scratching his horns on my leg.
good. Yep. Oh, yep.
Don't jab me though.
Silly boy. We're getting back on the tracks here. You know, the storms come through. It's just what happens this time of year, but it does throw us off a little bit. And now we have a lot more clearer section up there. Kind of interesting. Lost some of our shade.
A little bit of progress at a time.
It's the new, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna get back on the wagon, get the projects done, and get some chickens out here and a garden. Well, guys, we love and appreciate each and every one of you. We thank you so much for coming along on this journey with us. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Dueling goats, dueling does. Tell her, Mama. Tell her. Mom, you see my leaf in my mouth?
I do.
You see my leaf here? That's my leaf. I'm cool.
You're still shedding a little bit.
I'm still what?
Earlier.
What am I doing?
You're shedding.
Oh, wow. I really thought you said an inappropriate word, Mom. Boy, I'm like Mr. Joe Cool if just hanging out of my mouth like this. Look at me. Look at me. Strut my stuff. Strut my stuff. Oh, yeah, it does. I'm cool.